So we're last able to get on with a bit of spring work. We've been doing some harrowcomb weeding here. The weed is on the other side of the field, so I can't show you that at the moment. But we're doing these beans, which are sown on wide rows. The harrowcomb actually isn't that effective for pulling weeds out. It can pull out one or two broadleaf weeds. It's got pulling this speedwell out, and it pulls a bit of blackgrass out, but it doesn't do a huge amount. The one thing it is helping to do here is to level these fields up a bit, so then we can use the inter-row hoe in them. We tried some inter-row hoeing yesterday, but the field is so unlevel that it's very difficult to get a sort of an appropriate depth on the hoe. So if anything, the harrowcomb is just helping level the fields, starting to pull a few weeds out, maybe checking them a little bit. But on a lovely sunny day like this, if we do pull any weeds out, at least they're going to sort of dry out on the surface. That's just the start of weeding, so hopefully we'll get a few days of this harrowcomb weeding in and then switch over to the inter-row hoe. Although we are harrowcombing our beans, the beans are just drilled straight into some fairly rough seedbeds, so you've got that sort of roughness that produces some kind of tilth to harrowcomb in, even when there hasn't been any sort of winter frosts. I just wanted to show you some of these wheats where it's drilled into a much better seedbed, and normally in any other year where you'd got probably not so much rain but also some frosts, you'd see that the frost had made a tilth on top of the land here. But as you can see this year, because there's been no frost to lift it and to sort of make that tilth by sort of breaking down the small clods of earth into sort of finer tilth, it's absolutely rock hard. I say rock hard, underneath it's still very, very damp, because the rain has really sort of panned the soil down, so it's difficult to get your hand in there, and there's a lot of moisture in there. But on the top it's sort of capped with all the rain that we've had, meaning that actually in this situation it really is pretty useless using the harrowcomb, which is a shame because it's one of our tools that we can use to pull out weeds organically. Having said that, this field actually is not very weedy, so I'm not too worried about it. But I just wanted to sort of explain you know, what the result is, having had no frost this winter and having had so much rain. We're also just starting to pull this land down for spring drilling, and we'd normally never ever take this quad track on the field in the spring, because usually we don't have as much rain as we have had over this winter, and also we would have expected to have got a few frosts, which the frosts lift the soil and crack the flags on this ploughed land, and usually you just need to brush across it with a cultivator to get a spring seedbed. But this year the land's really been packed down by the rain, there's been no frost, and so we need something a bit bigger to open the land up again. So we're doing this once, we're going to go over it again a second time, just leave it to sort of slightly dry on the top, which should take 2 or 3 days if we get some more sunny days like this. This is one of the fields we had our green manure in, so you can see a bit of mustard still popping out of the flag, out of the plough. But hopefully, it looks a bit cloddy at the moment, but given a couple of days dry, we should be able to whisk across this field again with carrier and hopefully produce a seedbed to start drilling in the next few days.